Good evening, everyone. This is T-Max for T-Max American Experience. I'm out here on a very cold November night, November 22nd. And we got beautiful, clear skies out here. And I'm down here in the Valley of the Rock Apes, getting ready to do an investigation. So get ready. I haven't been down here for quite a while. Some of this has been due to my health problems. And some of it has also been some bad weather. Last time I was down here was during a drought, but I had some rocks thrown at me, especially right from the spot where they usually come from, right up at the beginning of this. So get ready. We're going to have one heck of an investigation tonight. If you see something, you hear something, say something, drop stuff in the comments. We're looking for the wildlife. That's signs of the wildlife, especially predator activity, and we're looking for our rock throwers down here, the rock apes, or whatever you feel like calling them, Ohio Grassman, Bigfoot, Yeti. In this place too, we also have kind of a Dogman type thing because there's been sightings of it reported down here by other people, not me. I have run into some very large coyotes down here in the past. And I have also found cougar tracks down here. Yes, cougar in Northeast Ohio. They're around here. So get ready. Me and John have also heard them scream down here. So get ready. We're going to check out by the covered bridge first. And then we're going to get into our investigation. It is dark as heck out here, and I'm getting creeped already. So let's get this on so I can get the flashlights going. All right, get ready, cue the music, and let's have some fun. Okay, we're rolling. Okay, that's where I'm at. This is Creek Road. Our covered bridge is right up here. See it lit up. We'll be heading over that way, which is east. This way is west. And we'll be heading in south down here too. But we're gonna head over, check out here by the creek. You can hear it's flowing pretty darn good right now. We did have some rain yesterday. It is really cold. 31 degrees, winds are light and variable, thank God, otherwise this would be brutal. With the wind chill, clear skies, and a beautiful night for a hike, really. Okay, so we're gonna check down the creek, get all the lights on. The thermal camera is running, but I gotta turn it on here. So, okay, now the thermal camera is recording. Okay, noise pollution. We're gonna hear the trains, as you can hear there, some of the rush of the Conneaut Creek, which we'll try and get a better view of at our old covered bridge here. And can see it very clearly on the thermal running down there. Doesn't look like we got anything coming out to the edge to get a drink or anything yet. Sometimes, I don't know, man, there's just a lot that's happened down here, a lot that you find down here. So we'll keep just the headlamp on for now. And I'm gonna have to put, I got the glove on my left hand right now. I'm gonna have to put the right hand in the glove too, because it is cold. Like I said, 32 degrees. And this place is just, it's a creepy place. And I'm solo, as you can see. Only one here. So it's a down and back hike. We're gonna head over to the entrance. And we're gonna get in this here and see what we can find. See, this is Creek Road at the top of this hill up here, where you can see the lights of a driveway. That's the closest house. That is called Keefus Road. Both of these are dirt roads. This one here in particular, Creek Road, this section of it has no winter maintenance on it. So it gets tore up pretty bad in the wintertime from the weather, and not a lot of traffic during that time, especially when there's snow. Like, they don't plow this or nothing when we get our heavy snows. So it's at sometimes in the winter completely inaccessible. Okay, I am using the iPhone 17 Pro Max that we're recording on, and that didn't work out good. Okay, I gotta stop this. Okay, phone wanted to pop out of the case here. Not sure if it was just how I had positioned it, but just didn't want to stay in there. Okay, so right at the top of the hill, you see the street light, and there's a house there with, looks like some Christmas decorations up. So this place, mega creepy, and activity has been, from what I found in here, year-round, but seems like more active and aggressive in the summertime, probably because they have cover, they have concealment. Whereas we have all the leaves off the trees now. And just on that note, that means there's no acorns or black walnuts or nothing like that falling out of trees right now. They're all gone. So anyway, this is a down and back hike. We'll check out how far back we'll go. We'll check out at least, we'll try to go to the property line, but we'll see how this goes. Again, I'm only using the headlamp right now, trying to see if I can catch eye shine of anything. I also have to try to scan with the thermal, which is a lot for me, which is why I need you guys in helping me with this investigation. You will hear Interstate 90 traffic. Maybe a car or two will come down this road, but probably not much, because like I said, dirt road, cold weather, and on a Saturday night. Okay, now that tree, look at the tree is down up there. That is brand new. We had some big storms since I've been down here last, but that is new. That is a new down tree, which is pretty interesting because of the spot that it's in. It's part of the tree, connected to part of the tree where usually the rocks come from, is right there. We'll have to see if we can get... I just heard a weird sound. I don't know what that was. I'm not even sure how to explain it. But what I'm going to do is predator collar right at the beginning. Let's see what we got around here that we can kind of draw out. I heard a horn, which may mean a car coming down this road. So we're gonna move up. If I see a car coming, I'm gonna kill my light, because I just don't want any attention. Horn usually means someone coming across the covered bridge. I'm going to move in. But we are going to, since it is deer hunting season, I'm going to hit fawn in distress up here. I'm just trying to get paranoid about people here, because as you remember, this is an area where I got cornered in the parking lot by two people. On video, I had to draw my gun in self-defense. And they did, when they seen the wireless hole puncher come out, they knew I meant business and decided to get the heck out of Dodge, calling me a few cuss words on the way out. Which, I don't care. Your words can't hurt me. Okay. Gotta turn this on for a second so I can see. I'm going to hit number 4, Fawn in Distress. And I'll show you guys here. Okay. Here it goes. It'll get loud, so cover your ears for a second. 3, 2, 1. You can see my breath coming in front of there a lot. That'll be a thing throughout this hike. Now again, I've had some nights, especially when I've had people with me, where we don't get much happen. Other nights, we get some very, very creepy stuff. It's a crapshoot. I can guarantee nothing. And if I'm able to find a good-sized rock, I will do some tree knocks. But I'm going to have to look for them. As we go back in farther, the noise of the Interstate 90 will get closer because we're getting closer to the interstate. This is just north of I-90. So we're less than a mile from the interstate. And like I said, I see a lot of the trees that we got down here. We got there's a lot of storm damage. We had some doozies of some storms here. Like we had, 50 mile per hour plus winds and everything. So there's definitely like some natural reasons for a lot of the trees downed right now up here. That interstate is very loud because, again, like no wind, light and variable winds. And there's a little bit of kind of like a freeze fog in the air. On the thermal camera, very good view of the ridge line. Doesn't mean I catch everything. I absolutely miss stuff because I got a lot to pay attention to. And this place in particular, because of this part here, don't have to pay attention to my next step as much as in some other areas. Right here, further down the pathway, I will. seen, I'm not sure if I'm catching a light or a reflection up ahead. If it's a light, that'd be send me up to pucker factor 10, but I think it's the reflection off of a plexiglass billboard up here. This is the old campsite. Technically, you can technically camp down here. It's me kicking the rock. However, I've heard that they reject most of the people who try to legally camp down here. I don't know that I could do it because it would be a tent camping. Not only would my back not like that, but it's not enough security for me. A tent provides like no protection. Okay, here's where we come to the opening. Click on both here for a second. Okay. My wife's sending me text messages. She knows better. She knows I'm on a hike. I can't read them right now anyway. I have my glasses on. I can't, that are for distance. Okay. There's somebody riding on the rumble strips because they can't stay on the dang road. It's amazing how many people do that. Okay, so we're coming up here is the first remains of one of the old cabins. All three of the old cabins burned down. There's the chimney, and I believe they were electrical fires for all three. One of them might have been a chimney fire, but I do believe it was electrical. Okay. And we got like that Creedence Clearwater Revival song. There's the bathroom on the right. Okay. Just for the sake of it, we'll clear this out. Okay. You see, nothing but a crapper. Remember the sound of that door, because should we hear something that sounds like that again, that would be time to get the hole puncher out. It's me, I found a stick. Step on there. This area here, like I said, I got a great anticipation of running across everything here. At times there's been owls sounding off, deer, all over the place. We've had cougars scream at us down here. Found their tracks. Found bear tracks down here too. Black bear. So, black bear right now, they're actively trying to fatten up for hibernation. Sorry, there's all my breath. Goes in front of these hot flashlights. You click the warrior off. Again, I'm doing the lower light because it's easier to catch eye shine. Even with this thermal camera, a lot of the times that eye shine is what I will pick up first. Just because it's difficult looking around and checking two cameras at the same time, as well as it's like walking and chewing bubblegum, okay? I'm a man, and we have a little bit of trouble with multitasking. And that's exactly what I have to do for this. Okay, let's get our crazy Ivan. Definitely need to get some hand warmers. Now I want you to see, I'm going to click this off. You've seen a car just go by up there on Keefus Road. Because that road runs on top of the ridge. There's a little bit of woods and then the road. And you can see those headlights at night now that all the leaves are off. Got up ahead here, you can see the second chimney. When I talked to the historian, an Ashtabula County historian about this place, he said they believed during the Civil War that they held prisoners here for that were brought up, captured from the Confederate Army. So like I said, long history, very, very long history. This is where I gotta start watching my step now. Tripping on things. Here's our other chimney. darn. There's still spider webs. It's 31 degrees out. We got spider webs. Sounds like there's a lot of people on the interstate tonight. On this thermal, I'm seeing like clear through almost to the riverbank, like far into the woods. It's one of the things about this time of year that I like. My visibility is much better. It's more difficult for things to hide from me, which can be to my advantage. But it's still, there's some of the thick brush spots that are still up because the snow we haven't had enough snow to pack stuff down. Yeah. Only about 5 inches so far. And it didn't last long either. Melted away fairly quick. So once that heavy snow tamps things down, I'll have an even better view. You can see some of these thick spots. It's hard to see through still. Like over here, like my thermal's still struggling to see through some of that thick stuff. I had documented pretty much all of these. These trees are gone already. So I'm not really seeing much new except for maybe a few branches down. I heard there it goes. It's like a faint chirp. It's very faint, hard to hear over the traffic noise. And I have to have a hat on. But I'm hearing a chirping. It's singing a song, but I don't know what that is. I can't, it's still faint. Okay, here's our little stream and the cut going through that I just, not too long ago, we did a short in here. The spot right here is said, the historian told me that this spot right here is one of the best spots to look for arrowheads in the county. Okay, now I gotta go underneath this. I think we'll try underneath. think I'm going to do here is I'm going to get out the O-light. We're going to get that fired up. One, because it's going to warm up my hands. And my battery is not turned on. Hold on. Okay. We're cranking this high, man. This is going to be high. Holy cow, is that bright. And then we're going to kill the headlamp. Okay. And I'm going to put my glove back on because my hand is cold. See, I'm reading on the thermal camera. That's how you know it's cold. Top end of the thermal camera here looking into the woods is 30.6 degrees, right around there. 30.7. Look at the difference this makes. This sucker is bright. This is the Olight Marauder 2, 16,000 looms, and we have it all the way up because I want the sucker to start getting hot and warm my hand up. Now, when I have this up this bright though, a lot of the times it's so bright, I don't get the eye shine because it is so bright. But we got our giant trees. This is an ancient forest that just for so many years has been left untouched. And by so many years, I'm talking 2 decades. Or sorry, not 2 decades, sorry. 200 years. Let's just put it that way. Quit trying to be fancy with my words. 200 years plus. This has been just left alone. And so you got some massive trees down here. And all the leaves on the ground. This is one of the best areas for finding the footprints, but you can see, look at this here. Walking that way. That might be a person path still there, but a lot of the times you can see on the side of the hill where critters are traversing. Around this tree some. Now, try a little whistling here. So I know we have some people, especially Native Americans, say never whistle in the woods, and you see I do it frequently. You say this is one of the areas around here. Normally, it's one of the best places to catch the footprints, the tracks, but it's all covered in leaves, and there'll be no picking up footprints tonight. Okay, I'll do some whistling here. Try to wet my lips a little. amazes me how many people ride those rumble strips. The bad part is sometimes I've tried to come here even later at night, like after midnight and everything, to try and see if the interstate traffic would be down. It's never down. It's never quiet. Oh, it's a fresh track. Somebody slid in the mud there, but it looks like a human footprint. That's particularly fresh, which is particularly concerning. I'm not going to go too much further either. So we're about at that turnaround spot. And if that interstate sounds real loud, we're like less than 1/4 of a mile from it now. We got the water's edge right over here. Try to poke up here. It's not a real good clearing spot. Over there might be a better spot up here. Do a Crazy Ivan. Gosh damn, man. It's so quiet out here that those cars sound like they're right next to me, and they are still, like I said, 1/4 of a mile. Maybe a little less than that, but not. It's just echoing that loud through this valley. Well, that's concerning. Petroleum jelly. Someone may have been back here having too good of a time. I know, it could be used for your lips too, but it's odd. It's creepy to find it. Creepy to find it back here. We're going to go right up over here and check out by the water. And then we're going to head back. Again, the water's flowing good. Seeing anything around here, but being up close to the water is kind of like it goes back there just a little bit further to that giant tree, but we're gonna just call it for here and head back. I gotta switch hands here because my left hand is starting to freeze off. And so I gotta have it hold the flashlight to heat up a little. Because unfortunately my the camera holder, the stick that I'm holding onto is metal. So it really gets cold in the winter time. I am wondering if, because of the temperature, if some of the things have hit up to a little bit of the higher elevation instead of, it gets in these, down in the creek valley, temperature will be a couple degrees cooler. Getting a little bit of feeling back into the left hand now. Let's see what my light is burning at. 150 something, I think I see. It's hard to see the small numbers with these glasses on. And I don't really have a free hand to take them off there. Accidentally pushed the button, off button there. It is sucking the power, even though I got a battery hooked up to it. It's still sucking the power down on this pretty quick. but we're gonna run with it for a while because it's a hand warmer as well. And it's impressive how much it lights up back here. You see, other than the moth flying there. Which, I don't know, man. I found those, last winter was a cold winter, snowy winter. I found moths and spiders in the woods all year round. I was out when it was 5 degrees the one night and found still had spiders and moths. I really didn't see any large rocks to try to do any tree knocks with. And I prefer using the rocks because it's come the closest to sounding like what I have captured on video when I have gotten tree knocks. There's a moth trying to find my light here. Try to get away from. I can't believe that there's spider webs up. See, I always remembered, the Charlotte Webb story. Spiders die in the wintertime. Evidently not in Northeast Ohio. I like this hunk of old wood. There's kind of a rock. I don't know if that rock is big enough. Okay, I gotta switch out lights. We're gonna try this. Here. So I gotta turn the headlamp back on. Put the Marauder away. And this is a decent size. I don't know if it's big enough. I usually like to find a little bit bigger. But we'll go with what we can here. Okay. Let me switch to the... Okay, we're going to try this tree here. Okay, tree knock. Let's see. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm going to find a better tree. Not a good one. Let's see if this one's just always try to find a harder wood. Okay. There. That one's still not really a good one. Let's check out this one up here. This one's better. Okay, I think. All right. Tree knocks. 3, 2, 1. Not really the best of knocks. Okay, and I'm just going to rip this rock into the woods. My throws are getting a little better, but they're still painful. I'm gonna click on. Got both of the PowerTech lights, the headlamp and the Warrior, on. There's up to our stream. That is that's a manufacturer. That's some sort of marker there. I've never seen that there. I wonder if that somehow washed down here when we had that little flood with the drought ending. Like this totally flooded out. There's another person riding those rumble strips. Did just done a couple of things of antagonization, but I don't know if tonight if there's anything, or they may just not want to come out and play, or they may not be around here tonight. They do absolutely follow along this Conneaut Creek, but I know that there's definitely times of the year, and in the winter time especially, where I will find more of the animals on the ridge lines above the creek. I just heard like a scream. It's very faint, and what is that? I'm hearing something. Okay. I can't make out what that is. But I'm hearing something having a fit. I couldn't tell what that was exactly. We're gonna have to review that. Because of that stupid Interstate 90 noise. Otherwise, that would be crystal clear coming in. At the top of the ridge line, I'm picking up a heat signature, but it's far away, so I'm not reading much of a higher temperature. But it's pegging on something right now, but I can't see anything. And I can't even really tell to try to zoom in on. Can try. Can't make out anything up there, but I definitely have a solid signature, and I'm watching it kind of moving back and forth behind a tree, only partially sticking out. So I think I'm being watched. I'll have to try and see if I can somehow add that into the video. I don't have that anymore, but It's gone now. I'm not catching it. This heat signature's gone. It's moved. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to stop right here so I know, okay, this is a cut. I'm going to put in some of the thermal in this. Ridge lines above the creek. I just heard like a scream. It's very faint, and what is that? I'm hearing something. Okay. I can't make out what that is. But I'm hearing something having a fit. I couldn't tell what that was exactly. We're going to have to review that. It's because of that stupid Interstate 90 noise. Otherwise, that would be crystal clear coming in. At the top of the ridge line, I'm picking up a heat signature, but it's far away, so I'm not reading much of a higher temperature. But it's pegging on something right now, but I can't see anything. And I can't even really tell to try to zoom in on. Can try. I can't make out anything up there, but I definitely have a solid signature, and I'm watching. It's kind of moving back and forth behind a tree, only partially sticking out. So I think I'm being watched. I'll have to try and see if I can somehow add that into the video. I don't have that anymore, but it's gone now. I'm not catching it. This heat signature's gone. It's moved. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to stop right here so I know, okay, this is a cut. I'm going to put in some of the thermal in this. Okay, so I put some of the thermal in on that. I'll have to try to find that. And I said that's my mental note to me to remember to try to put that in there. If I don't, you guys get to berate me there for screwing up. But I'm going to try to remember to clip in that thermal. Now, one of the things for reviewing my videos, most of the time, I don't go right home and start reviewing what I just did. I usually don't review them unless I have something major, I start reviewing them before I'm getting ready to upload them. Or right when I'm getting ready to upload them. And it's because I try to stagger videos coming out. And so this video might not be out for several weeks. October 22nd. It'll be sometime in probably before the end of the year that this will come out. And again, I had that weird, I don't know what it was, something having a fit, some sort of animal. But I could not make it out because of having the hat over my ears and the interstate traffic. It was really hard to tell. But again, you guys, let me know what you think it was. I panned the camera away and I caught a light out of the corner of my eyes, but do remember, because we'll catch some of the lights from the houses on Bridgeview Lane, which is on the west bank there of the Conneaut Creek, across from the covered bridge. Look at how that old dead tree came up by the roots there. That's one of the camping spots right there. I had a weird smell there. It smelled almost like the sweet cucumber smell, which I didn't know that those things would be out in this type of temperature. Cold-blooded snakes. I don't know, it was a weird, I just caught one sniff of it. Like undeniable though, what that was. But I can't imagine that there's any snakes out. When I have, like, on my pathway here, the temperature is 34.6 approximately. And it's a little bit warmer than the rest of the woods, but not enough for something to really make a difference for something cold-blooded. They probably got to be already hibernated, I think. But then again, I keep getting surprised on how hardy things are here in these cold winters that we get. Something moving through up there. I can't see heavy trees there. I really can't see anything. Okay. There's the bathroom. the warmest thing in here. Now, if my father were to see that, my father is 84 years old, he would say, he'd call it the shit house. And I gotta tell a little funny story about him. Okay. Had him at, we were at a family wedding this last summer. And right when they were getting ready, right when everyone's quiet, they're getting ready to do the best man toast. And my dad, really loud, goes, he has to have like the scooter and everything there with him to move around. And he right when they're all quiet, he goes really loud, "Where's the shit house?" My mother was totally mortified. I was laughing. And some of the family, it was a family wedding, some of the family got really mad at us. But I had to quickly get his scooter over to him and get him to the shit house. Okay. I figure since it's kind of quiet tonight, we might as well tell a joke. Funny story. There's our trains. That's another one of our noise pollution. You can still hear the trains down here. All my hikes in Ashtabula County here, between Interstate 90 and the railroad tracks, it's really hard to escape that noise. Okay. This is kind of like the rock thrower alley here that I walked into. Let's see if we get any goodbye rocks. Haven't had any thrown at me yet. Hearing movement, and I got a peg on the thermal, but I can't really, I don't know, I don't think I got anything up there. I don't think that's anything. Trying to get a better view up there. Let's zoom in, because I got the area where I'm not, because that's nothing, because I'm aimed in on it, and I got another spot down lower that's literally a runoff. That's what it is. There's a water runoff channel that you can see very clearly on the thermal. Okay, so I can see where it comes off from the top of there and all the way down. That's what I do. I investigate it, though. I catch something interesting, we check it out to see if there's anything there. And look, there's no breeze. And I've seen this before. Look at the leaves next to it. Nothing's moving. This one's moving. There. And let me just make people panic, because there's no breeze. I've done that before too. I did that in Beaver Creek. Literally made some people like crap their pants when I did that. So you'll see that. I don't know, I've seen that a couple of times where all that you can see, there's no breeze, but one leaf is just going wild. And like I said, every time I'll walk over there and just pick the leaf and throw it off. Say, there you go. Now I got my 2 lights on, but we're gonna hit the O light too. Oh, that's nice and warm. And I'm gonna put the glove back on. But we're gonna... The bright light in and of itself, with these that are mostly nocturnal, I would say these are rock apes. The bright light is an antagonistic thing. And this is about the best spot to do that antagonization. Ooh, car. I see a car going by, and like I said, I get real nervous because, like I said, I've had issues with that before, and I really don't feel like shooting somebody, but if they cause me to be in fear of my life, I absolutely will. I just would prefer not to if I can. Now see, over here, you can see some of those lights through the woods. Those are the houses up on the ridge line over Bridgeview Lane, and straight ahead's like there's a apartment complex way down there that you can see some of the lights straight forward. There's a little moth going across. I cannot believe how those things manage in the cold. Everything else dies, and they're still flying around. That's scary. Or creepy, I should say. I say there's a lot of the times I'm able to, with this thermal camera, able to capture things that are like deer bedded down and everything, and we're not finding that tonight. Not really much, you know, and this place has a feel. This place feels creepy to me, okay? Like, it has me on edge. So, like, there's a lot of places where I have, like, you know, no rocks thrown at me or anything. And I'll literally feel like this place does not feel creepy at all. But this place does. At least we're getting away from that freeway noise. So boy, did that get loud when we were far back there. Okay, here's our spot. So let's check around here. Let me do a whistle. My mouth is real dry, so. Okay. This is our spot, man. This is the spot. And it's weird that that tree, part of that tree broke. But like I said, I know there were some big storms. There's a reasonable explanation for it. So I can't really count it as evidence, but it is odd. And we'll have to, at some point, head up onto that ridge line in another time. Nothing seems to want to throw rocks. Weird. This is a old jar. That does not look new. Again, I'm kind of kicking things around and being a little noisy here because last bit of antagonization. See if something wants to show itself or toss a rock or something. Doesn't look like it. Nothing wants to say goodbye tonight. It's nice and quiet out here. That traffic noise is getting faint. Okay. We'll head back. Keep you guys on here to the car until we get over to the car. Because, man, there's stuff that's happened even out on the road here at times. Again, that's a wildlife state preserve right across the street from this. And just so you see, that's where we are. That's the place, like I said, I call it the Valley of the Rock Apes because of my experiences down here. So, had a weird thermal anomaly, and from what I can see from it, it looked like it was moving. Again, you guys will be able to analyze that probably better than I was on the spot because you'll have it blown up on a much bigger screen where you can replay it and zoom in. Real time, I can't do that. And there was some sort of weird thing, I don't know, making some sort of, sounded like I was having a fit, but I couldn't tell what kind of animal it was. And had some sort of chirping. Lovely, we got our litter bugs throwing their Coke bottles. I was faintly hearing, sounded like howling, coyote howls. Yes, I hear it. Did you hear that? There sounds like some large coyotes going off. It's faint, they're back, they're not up close to me. Oh, I hope you can hear this. That's why you watch all the way to the end. And we got a car coming. Balls. That's gonna wreck the audio. I'm gonna get over here onto this side by the parking lot because this dude's gonna get put on camera because I don't trust people coming down here at night. There's his license plates if you zoom in. I don't really give a damn. It comes down here wrecking when I'm freaking getting some of my best evidence of the night. And I don't know because the water's pretty loud if I'm going to be able to hear them. All right, so, and that was interesting. Coyotes start going off after I leave the woods, of course. I hope you guys were able to hear that. One of them sounded really big, and then I heard the yippy whiny ones after it. It sounded like there was one really big one setting off some real good howls. But again, it was faint. And the noise pollution kind of interfered with it. So, alrighty. From the Valley of the Rock Apes, this is T-Mac for T-Mac's American Experience saying thank you for joining me. God bless you. And probably this will be out in December, so Merry Christmas. And thank you guys so much for supporting me all throughout the year. Alrighty. We'll be back with another adventure here soon. Turn the thermal first.